Wait, aku ambil charger dulu. Okay, guys, let's go.
Okay, lab is on.
Hello, hello, everyone. Good evening for every beautiful and amazing person that coming to tonight's class. Give applause for everyone. Woo! Thank you so much. I've been really excited for tonight, everyone, because I finally gonna meet you again for another topic, for another class, for another amazing, insightful thing that we will discover tonight. So, everyone, are you guys excited for tonight's classes? How official? Okay, of course, Kanif. Maybe you can use your thumbs up. Use your emoji or emoticon, your reaction using thumbs up to know that so I know that are you really excited for tonight's classes or not. But I think most of you guys using the thumbs up emoticon, or I think Zoom say it reaction. I really love the excitement. I really love the spirit for tonight classes because we are gonna explore a lot of things, a lot of new things, a lot of new insightful things tonight. So please do join our tonight's classes from the start until the end. Okay, I want to ask one person actually to know how's about what is their expectation about tonight's classes. So I want to ask Kak Jemima. Hello, Kazemima. Are you hear me?
Hello. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Hello, Kazemima. I think it was our first time meeting
Hello,
at this
everyone.
platform.
Yeah, I think so.
How are you? How are you, Kazemima?
I'm fine. Feeling great tonight because I'm so excited for the class because I want to know more about Russia, which is
Ooh.
a far away continent from Indonesia,
Okay.
and I would like to know more about Russia.
Yes, yes. I'm really excited too, Kak Jamima, to know more about Russia because Russia is kind of far away. It's really like far away from Indonesia, and we actually don't really know. We know a little about Russia, so it's really interesting to understand more about Russia. Yes, Kak Jamima. Are you planning to go to Russia one day, Kak Jamima?
I don't know. Maybe if it's looking interesting, so I joined the class to know more about Russia. Maybe one day I would come to Russia.
Yes, maybe this is like this the next classes will be like a catalyst. So you gain more information about Russia, and finally you find like okay, I really want to go to Russia, or maybe for study, or maybe for like vacation. So yeah, let's enjoy the next class ya Kak Jemima ya.
Okay, thank you, Kak.
Okay, I want to ask another person maybe for like to understand more what the excitement to burn the excitement. So I wanna ask Kak Rasha, your glasses are really cool actually. So it's catch my so I
Oh,
kind of focus on eye glasses since before. Hi
I
Karasya.
forgot to turn off it. Yeah. Hey, Kak.
No, please don't. That's really cool actually.
All right, all right.
Okay. How are you feeling tonight, Karasya? Are you really excited for tonight's classes?
Yeah, I'm really, really excited about this tonight class. Yeah, because I want to know about more how can I study abroad, and I want to
Hmm.
learn from someone who already has a lot of experience there, and maybe she will tell us about the challenges, the benefits, or is it worth it or not if we study abroad. I want really, really know about that, Ska.
Okay. Thank you so much, Karasya. Hopefully, we
All right.
will understand more because our conductor, Kak Nadira, has a lot of things that she will share to us tonight. So, but before we go to Kak Nadira, I will share something, guys. As per usual, I want to say maybe there's a people who just come to Britzone. This is their first time to come to Britzone, so I will show you what is Britzone? So for everyone that coming into the next classes, really, we are welcoming you to the largest English community in Indonesia. Please applause everyone. Welcome, welcome. It's really happy to see a lot of a lot of familiar faces because I really appreciate your excitement. Like we met in every classes. That's really really amazing. So, what is Britzone, guys? Well, Britzone is a platform that are providing English education. We are a free and open platform that give every members in Britzone experience about English education. And most importantly, everything that happened in Britzone is based on volunteerism. So it's completely free and open platform. So you can come to Britzone every time. You can pick every classes that we offered to understand more first English and things that really interesting that happen in Britzone. So this is our Thursday class, and Thursday class appears to be to have two different classes. We have online and offline classes, and held every Thursday starts at 7 p.m. Our main events are presentation or talk show, and also the very interesting forum group discussion session. So it's our online class, and the next week it will be like an offline class of for the Thursday classes. Other than Thursday class, we also have Thursday class. Thursday class always held online, and every Thursday starts at 7 p.m. The main events of Thursday class is it's kind of the same with Thursday class. The main events are presentation or special team classes. And the second one is forum group discussion session and really interesting FGD session. We also have Britzon Saturday fun class, which always held offline. So if this day is hybrid, there's an online or offline classes. Thursdays online classes. Saturday is an offline classes. So for everyone who live in Jabodetabek area, you can always come to our Saturday classes that held every Saturday starts at 11 a.m. And we have like three main events. The first one is presentation. Second one is forum group discussion of our FGD session, and the last one is a very interesting and fun games. Okay, we also have Bridgezone outdoor class, everyone that always held once a month on Saturday, and yeah, as its name, the class is held in outdoor. We explore a lot of things that happen in our city, our culture. We touching again our culture, our nature. So we understand. We learn by doing an outdoor activity. So we're learning English while visiting iconic places in and around Jakarta. And the latest one is already held on Saturday, June 21st, 2025 in Taman Suropati. We will hold another Britzone outdoor classes next, guys. So don't miss our Britzone outdoor classes. Oh, and it's the most important one. This is our general guidelines. We have three general guidelines, guys, in Bird Zone. The first one, always respect and spread kindness in our community. Second one is always seek permission every time you wanted to take a picture or take a video or take a documentation in our classes, and always avoid discrimination. If you witness behavior that violates these guidelines, please, guys, report it to the facilitator or bridge on management, because every violation that happens to these guidelines will be taken seriously. So please do, guys, if you witness any violation, please do let us know. So and we also has a lot of social media, guys. So if you please do follow us so you will not miss any information about our community, our beloved community, that can find in Instagram at Britzone ID. Also, we have a YouTube channel at in Britzone English Community. We also have TikTok in at Britzone ID. And also, if you like to play some fun games online, you also can go to our Britzone Discord server. Go through the link s.id/Britzone Discord. Nah, we can connect 24 per 7 with our Discord community, guys. So we held a lot of fun game that can played online. So just come to our Britzone Discord community. You can also like scan through this link. So you just scan the link and go to exactly our Discord community. And also, guys, we are sponsored by Perpustakaan Kemendikbudrismen. If you want to sign up for becoming a member of the library to access impressive resources, our library, Perpustakaan Kemendikbudrismen, has a lot of tons of books. So if you wanted to become a member of the library, just go to Perpustakaan Kemendikbudrismen, right close to FX Sudirman, and you can start borrowing the very fantastic books, sorry. And as per usual, Tuesday class tradition, we have first, please do turn on your camera, Zoom camera, guys, if you wanted, if you able to turn on your Zoom camera, because yeah, so we can be more interactive in our session when we see our faces each other. Second one, we will taking a picture right before FGD session, and also don't forget to fill out the attendance form so we will know the feedback from you guys. Also, we have Britzone official merchandise. This is a really cute and a great materials. If you wanted to be like, I really want to show to everyone that I'm a member of Britzone community, so please go buy our Busy Apparel or Busy Connect or Busy Career. This all merchandise is really top-notch merchandise, guys. So you will have a really great quality of merchandise while also a very cutesy merchandise. So you can go sign up through this link or scan this barcode to have our exclusive and cutesy Britzone official merchandise. Okay, I think that's all that I want to share as an opening, guys. I know you were really excited to know more about our conductor tonight. So I will welcome our conductor for tonight's Kak Nadira. Hello, Kak Nadira. Could you hear me, Kak Nadira? I'm really excited actually.
Hello.
Hello. Ooh. I know that you were right from Russia, Kanadira.
Yeah,
Yes, so
yeah,
it will be
from
like a
Russia.
very Russia, full Russian team tonight. So, Kanadira, are you ready?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so without any further ado, guys, let's please welcome Kak Nadira Anurisa. Woo!
Yay.
Yay! Let's go, Kak Nadira.
Okay, I will share my screen. Can you see it now?
Yes, it's visible, Kak.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, let me introduce you myself. First of all, my name is Nadira, or maybe some people just call me Dira, just Dira. So for today, I will talk about how is it study in Russia. Is it really worth it? Because I feel like there are lots of people who talk about studying abroad, but only in the positive sides. So in this case, in my session, I will talk also about the negative sides of living abroad. So there won't be any like only candies, but I will also put some drugs on it. So you can also feel the bitterness of the sweetness of life, especially living in Russia. So first of all, for today, I will talk about my biography and also how to study in Russia. How is the study atmosphere in Russia? Job opportunities in Russia, and also a big question, living in Indonesia or Russia. And also after that, there will be FGD. Okay, so first of all, for biography, um, I graduated with a bachelor degree in psychology, specializing in education and developmental psychology. It's from Airlangga University. If you know, maybe UNAIR. It's located in Surabaya. Because my hometown is in Surabaya, like one of the hottest city, I think, in Java. And then after that, I graduated with a master degree in psychology of human states from Kazan Federal University. The university is pretty big. It's located in Kazan, in Russia. And then after that, right now, I'm currently pursuing a doctoral degree in social psychology at Utmurt State University. So the university is located in the city called Izevsk. It's in Nanda Respublika. Um, so other than studying, I'm currently working online right now with a company, with a Russian company, which located in the US. So basically, I'm working like from 4 p.m. in Russian time to 2 in the morning. So yeah, that's my working life. And besides that, I also actively joining lots of activities like teaching English for kids, for example. There are lots of summer camps, English camps, things like that in Russia. So I just happily like teach them. Like it's kind of like one of my hobby besides studying, learning, and working. And also I joined some competitions and also presenting about Indonesia. In Russia there are lots of events where you can present anything about Indonesia, like maybe wear some traditional costumes, for example, or you can just open a booth like Indonesian booth, and you can just show them some souvenirs. Even you can just like sell some souvenirs, things like that. And I love it, like love it. And also sometimes I also dance, like Indonesian dance, and also sometimes I sing, even though I cannot sing, but I just love to present about Indonesia because it's just pretty fun, I think, for me. And then after that, I also love traveling. In Russia, I have been to, I think, 19 cities in Russia. So, yeah. So, the thing is, there are lots of questions that has been asked to me, but this one is like one of the most frequently asked questions. Why I chose Russia? Like why Russia? Even my parents or even my best friends, they never expect me to choose Russia. So why? So there are there are three big reasons. First of all, I wasn't planning to, to be honest, because to be honest, I planned to study in Turkey. I just love the country at the time, and I just applied scholarship in Turkey. But my mom always told me to not only apply one scholarship because, you know, I think scholarship is kind of like gambling. I mean, 50% you will get in, and 50% you won't get in. Meanwhile, scholarship only open once in a year. So my mom always told me, if you really want to to study abroad, just do not only apply to one scholarship because you will lose your time. Meanwhile, you cannot turn back your time. So you need also to have some options like plan B, plan C, plan D, like what will happen if you didn't get accepted in the scholarship that you don't want, something like that. So in short, I didn't get accepted in Turkey, but I got accepted in few scholarships. One of them is Russia. So I was just thinking at the time, like, which country that I will choose. But in the end, I chose Russia because first, it seems fun to learn Russian. I mean, if let's say you are an Indonesian and you live in Indonesia, you can see that there are lots of people who knows English, for example, or even I know some people who can speak Japanese or even Koreans or Arabics, for example. But to know Russian, I never know anyone who can speak Russian at the time. So I just think that I think it will be a big plus for me to learn Russian. And besides that, I actually love learning new languages. So I think I can handle it. I just believe in myself and try to learn Russian, even though, you know, like Russian language is not alphabetical, but it's Cyrillic. So it's kind of like a bit, not a big, but even a big challenge for a new learner like me, for example, at the time. And besides the language and everything, I actually always want to move to another country. It was like my one of my biggest dream in my life to feel and to experience how is it to live so far away from Indonesia because it pumps my adrenaline. Yeah, something like that. So that's the three biggest reasons. So, how to study in Russia? So, I'm not gonna talk about how to study in Russia too deeply because you can find information on the internet, YouTube, and everything. Because I just think that I think it will be better if I talk about another thing than those general stuffs that you can find in the internet. Okay, so um, there are four ways to study in Russia. First of all, it's Russian government scholarships. It's my scholarship. So basically, the scholarship is from the Russian government. Unfortunately, it's not fully funded, but it's partial funded. So they pay for your education. They pay for so, like some monies for paying the dormitory, for example, things like that. But they don't cover for your living costs, plane tickets, and everything like that, something like that. And also the second one is Open Doors scholarship. So Open Doors is one of the scholarship that is actually pretty good because the money that you get from Open Doors is bigger than Russian government, but also to get the Open Door scholarship is more.
Nadira, sorry, your voice is inaudible, Kak. Kak Nadira. Hello, Kak Nadira. We cannot hear your voice, Kak Nadira. Your voice inaudible.
Yeah, Kak, we can really hear you.
Oh,
Halo, Kak.
okay. Halo, halo.
Oh,
Can
it's
you?
better. Yeah,
Okay. Alright then.
we can hear you now.
Okay. So, what was the last time that I talked about?
I think the Open Doors scholarships. That was the
Okay.
last thing that we can hear from you.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, so for Open Door Scholarship, um, the scholarship offers more money that they can give to us, but also the entrance exam is pretty tight. So there is an exam for Open Door Scholarship. Meanwhile, for Russian government scholarship, there will be only interview, like a small interview. So it's easier than Open Door Scholarship. And also after that, there is also another scholarship, like university scholarship. So there are some universities who can offer you the scholarship, like HSA, for example, it's located in Moscow, and also Innopolis University, and etc. But the thing is, for university scholarship, if let's say you get like bad scores, they can take your scholarship or maybe reduce the amount of the scholarship. Meanwhile, I don't know about Open Doors, but for Russian government scholarship, even though let's say you get bad scores, they won't take your like scholarship. So it's pretty safe to take Russian government scholarships than university scholarship, because taking university scholarship means it will be like more stressful. Like you need to study pretty hard to keep your grades, things like that. And also the fourth ways is paying for university independently. So it means that you can just apply to the university and pay it by yourself. Um, Most of the time they will have some exams, I think, but it depends on every university. But what I know, they will have an exam about the major that you will take, and also I think it's also English, for example, I think. But like again, every university has their own rules, so you will need to check it by yourself and ask by yourself. Okay. Yeah, next. So how is it? How is the study atmosphere in Russia? Um, First of all, so one group is for the rest of academic study. So, for example, for master degree, it takes 2 years in Russia. So they are like my group mates. I study with them for the rest 2 years. So we were pretty close. Like we went for holiday sometimes, or maybe we just went to the cafe to chill out. And also we have like some meetings about study, things like that. So there are actually like plus in and minus about it. First of all, I think let's talk about the plus first. The plus is it means that you know how they are, and you know their ability, and also you are like pretty close. So when it comes to like group work, or maybe you need help, they will help you because they feel close with you. But the minus is the thing is you will need to get close with them because they will help you, especially I was actually at the time I was studying in Russian, so it means that like everything that the lecturer talk, and also every task, it will be in Russian, and also the exam, for example. And my group mates who are Russians, they helped me a lot with it. So if I'm not get along with them, it will be like one of my difficulty in studying in Russia. And the next is not a lot of homework like in Indonesia. This is the thing that I love studying in Russia. It means that, okay, I study in the university, but all of us have our own life. Like we can take some course, we can join some volunteering, for example, or we can just go for maybe some events presenting something, or you can just do things that we how to say like do things that we like, things like that. So, and even there was one time when my professor gave us like lots of homework, and also one of my group mate, they just say like, would you like to reduce the amount of the homework that you gave us, because we are not a child anymore. We have our own family, and we have our own job beside of studying. And I was shocked at the time because I feel like, oh my God, it never happens in Indonesia. I mean, if let's say a student just tell someone like a lecturer like that, it will be a big problem for the student. I mean, the lecturer can just tell you like, oh my God, this is unacceptable, or maybe this is impolite, things like that. But in Russia, you can just criticize a professor. Even let's say he just tell you something and you disagree with it, you can just raise your hand and talk about it. And oh, you can just talk like that in front of the people and they won't get offended. That's the thing that I like, I think, from studying in Russia. And also we have a word called automat. So automat is actually like you can just be an active student, and then you can just be free from exam. So at the end of the study life, we also have exam just like Indonesia. But if you are an active student, if you have good scores on homework and things like that, you can get a free pass from exam. So I usually just make some presentations, or I can just ask them. So I can just ask them to like ask some questions about the lectures, things like that, and then after that I can just free from the exam. And also, the last thing is the lecturer will never ask you where you go and when you go out from his class. So let's say I just get hungry, for example, in the class. So I can just go out and buy something, eat, and then after that, come back into the class. And they will never ask you, like, where were you before? Where were you before? And things like that. Okay, next. Other than sudden study lives, I joined some competitions, and also I joined like a university summer camp, and I also introducing Indonesia, and I joined some volunteering also. So there are like some activities that I join. Um, Besides of studying, because in Russia, I think there are more variety of, how to say, like the variety of activities that you can join. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, not as much as like this, like in Russia. Okay, so about job opportunities in Russia. Um, there are actually three types of jobs in Russia that you can join. First of all, is part-time. So basically, it's kind of like career, administrator, waitress, cashier, for example. And there are some like small uh, things like teaching English just for one time, not like full time, but also only one lecture, things like that. And also for part time, there are lots of students who do part time because it's more flexible. So you can just manage your own time. You can manage your own time, and you can manage your um like how much do you want to work, because it's more flexible, and it's actually pretty normal for students to have part-time, even though in the bachelor degree they all, like not all, I mean most of them all always have part-time instead of studying. Meanwhile, I think in Indonesia everyone just focus on studying. Meanwhile, in Russia, they won't only studying, but they also do some hobbies and also part-time. And besides that, there is also internship. We call it praktika in Russia. It actually depends on the major. We have praktika, I think, like maybe 1 or 2 semesters before we graduate. It depends on the major. Like, for example, my major is psychology. So it means that I need to have some internship in that major. At that time, I work in an organization called MFITSE. So MFITSE is like an organization which process your documents. And at the time, I conduct like some psychology session, like group session at the time, and it was pretty interesting. And after that, there is also full-time job. Full-time job, you can find it everywhere. But the thing is, I know that maybe you also know that working in another country has like bigger salary than in Indonesia, of course. And maybe you also think that, oh, okay, maybe you get more salaries, but at the same time, maybe you have more money to spend, things like that. Meanwhile, I don't think so. It depends on how you manage your money. Because for me, for example, I'm working, and at the same time I can manage my money. So the, how to say, like maybe the clean money. No, I think it's like the money that I get and the money that I spend, like the money that I get minus the money that I spend is a lot more I than than what I get from working Indonesia and the money that I spend in Indonesia. Because before I come to Russia, I actually work in a company in Indonesia, so I can compare like both of them, how it feels. And I just think that I think it would be better for me um to work in Russia with this kind of condition. But the thing is, like hard truth about working in another country, but I don't know about another country, but at least in Russia, um, you can get expelled pretty fast. Like you can get fired pretty fast. I mean, you don't know about how's your life tomorrow, for example, because maybe because we are foreigners, maybe, even though the salary is big, but you can get fired like pretty easy. So I know that Indonesia, maybe there's some jobs who can also get fired pretty easy, but um I already consider like the plus and minus of working in Indonesia and Russia. I still choose working in Russia. Why? Okay, even though I can get fired pretty easy, for example, but the thing is, the salary that I get is a lot, so I can save my money a lot. But at the same time, if let's say I get fired tomorrow, for example, I don't want to get fired, but for example, I can find another job pretty easy. Like I can get the job within 3 days or maybe maximum 1 week with a new job, with a new good salary, with a new good environment. I can get it within a week. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, I know that the job might be more stable once you become an employee, but the salary that I get is not as much as what I get right now, first of all. And the second is, I don't want to suffer myself from um, working in a long time with someone. Like, I want to get things that I get because that's what I can do. Like, let's say I do this big thing, but I only get this small salary. I don't think that it's worth it because I only have one life. And I just think that if I spend the rest of my life for working, I cannot have my own life. Because for me, my life is pretty precious, pretty wonderful to only spend my life only for working. Yeah, so that's why I chose to work in Russia. But I'm so grateful to work where I work right now because the environment is really nice and the possibility to get fired is small. And also the people over there is really nice. We respect each other. And also the thing that I love from working with Russian is, let's say you work from, like for me, for example, I work from 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. So I won't work beside of my working hour. So I won't work until 3 or 4 a.m. Even though, let's say, I need to work more than that, they will always compensate me with the hours that I spend for working for them. So I can always submit them like, look, for these days and these days, I work more than 2 a.m. I work until 4 a.m. because I need to handle this this thing, and then they will give me some money about it. And also, if let's say my boss is still working more than 2 a.m., but my working hour is only 2 a.m., so I can just freely leave my job, my work at the time, because I don't need to think like, can I just leave because my boss is still here working? I don't need to think about it. I can just leave and that's all, because that's my right to leave at 2 a.m. because that's only my working hour. And no one will make it as a problem, something like that. Yeah, so that's why I choose to work with Russians than with Indonesian. And also, I love working in flexible hours, flexible like online, with a good salary, with a good environment, because I think it's important to love what you do, not to suffer from things that you will do in a long time. Okay, next. So this is like a big question: living in Indonesia or Russia? So there are always plus and minus, because hard truth, living abroad is not always a miracle. That's the biggest sentence that you will need to put it in your mind, because it's really important. So okay, in Indonesia, you have good food. Like in Russia, we don't have that tasty foods. Maybe right now, because you are in Indonesia, you will think like, I can handle it. I think it will be okay, things like that. But the thing is, if you only live in another country for 1 week, 2 weeks, then okay, without that good food. But if you stay in another country, like for me, I think it's almost 4 years in Russia, you will miss that good food. And also, the next thing is stable temperature. It means that the temperature in Indonesia is pretty stable, like between 20, I think 26, 27, maybe maximum 35, 34. So you can just live the way that you want to live, and you don't need to adapt your clothes and anything like that. And the third one is career. For example, if you work in, I think, with government like PNS or something like BUMN, I think you will get more stable career life. I mean, like I said before, yeah, okay, you can see that salary in Indonesia is not as big as in Russia. I know, yeah, yeah, salary in Indonesia is not as big as in Russia, but the thing is, you can have a good career life besides of your career in Russia, for example. We can get fired pretty easy. And also the thing is, the last thing about the plus of living in Indonesia is everything is instant, so you can just have Gojek, for example, or Grab. We can bring your food, and it's pretty cheap, and you can have lots of more instant stuff, like you can have motorcycle to go from one place to another, something like that. But the minus is not to organize, like for public transportation. It means that you cannot walk For example, like as much as in Russia, criminality, traffic jam, violation of regulations, things like that. Because in Russia, the people are more organized than in Indonesia. And also job problem. It's hard to find a job with good salary. And also you can get low salary if you are unlucky. And also overwork. You can also like maybe feel the seniority and also toxic environment. For example, not all of them, of course, but there are lots of cases like that. And also low awareness of healthy lifestyle. I mean, people in Indonesia eat lots of oils, lots of sugars, and also they exercise pretty not pretty much as in Russia, for example. Like the awareness of healthy lifestyle is not really that matters, I think, in Indonesia. I mean, here in Russia, I can see maybe an 70 or 80 years old grandma and grandpa still walking and using the bus, and they are still pretty healthy to walk and to arrange their own life. Meanwhile, Indonesia, I know that some Indonesians, like some elders, they just stay at home. They didn't do anything like that. So yeah, that's one of the big difference, I think. But how is life in Russia? Let's consider which one that you can tolerate better. So in Russia, yes, like I said before, you will have work, study, life balance. So you have your own time for study, for working, and for life. I mean, for example, here in Russia, I met a lot of people who only study bachelor degree, like while studying bachelor degree, they're also doing something. Like maybe they are an athlete, or maybe they are joining lots of competitions about maybe about singing, for example. Meanwhile, in Indonesia, when I was in bachelor degree, I barely see my friends who do something other than studying. I mean, I know that they are smart. I know that they are capable of many things, but I don't know, like maybe the mindset of um like the students in Indonesia is like, okay, so right now I'm a bachelor degree student, I will study, and that's all. Like, maybe because also the homeworks are pretty much, I think. So they don't have too much time to do another thing, like maybe having part time or maybe do some hobbies, things like that. So yeah, that's what I mean with work study life balance. And also more than that, in Russia it's safer, better mentality, and discipline. Like I barely see someone who throw a trash on the street, for example. Or even there was one time when I joined, like I was in a concert. I um, at the time I was standing near some grasses, like some grasses, and it said that you cannot step on that grass. And even though, like when you watch concert, the people are too much, like it's pretty close one to another, no one step on the grass. And I was amazed, like, how can people people just didn't consider to step on the grass even though the people are too much. I asked that my friend and they just didn't know. They just said maybe that's just because us. And I was so amazed at that time. I mean, in Indonesia, if the condition is the same, for example, I think people will just step on the grass. even though it's written do not step on the grass. But in Russia, they didn't step on the grass. So I was so amazed. And also, it's easy to find a job with good job environment and salary, like I said before, and also many new experiences. Like you met a lots of international students. You will join lots of activities. For example, you will have lots of adaptations, lots of new things, culture shocks, and many things like that. And if you know banana boat, I think it's on the beach. Um, Most of the time in Russia, I try banana boat on the snow, and it was pretty fun. It was like one moment in my life, and I felt so alive at the time. But the minus is there is a war situation happening right now. If you know about the war between Russia and Ukraine, so there is some application which is blocked in Russia. So we need to open it with VPN. Like for example, Instagram. I cannot open Instagram without VPN, and also some applications like Canva, for example, it's also blocked, or Netflix, for example, it's also blocked. So I need to open it with VPN. And other than that, the price is getting higher time by time. So um, yeah, I can feel it, but it doesn't really bothers me actually, as long as I can manage my money better than before. And also, other than war situation, there is a job problem. Like I said before, a high chance to get fired. I mean, not a lot of, like, not all companies, but there are lots of them. And also, not all company wants to write job contract, for example, because it means that they will need to pay tax. Not so, let's say a company want to hire you. So it's not only the foreigner who pay the tax, which is I think 13%, if I'm not mistaken, but also the company needs to pay the tax. So that's why not all company wants to write the job contract, because if they write job contract and give it to you, it means that they will need to pay for the tax, and you also need to pay for the tax, which is 13, if I'm not mistaken, 13%. And other than that, there are like small things like far from family, unflavored food, of course. And also in Russia, it happens when the temperature just gets minus 40 degrees, for example, and also long winter. In Russia, winter can happen like I think 6 months. In the rest of the year, it's I think it's from at the end of October to maybe at the end of March, or maybe April. I think April. Yeah, and also need to be independent, which means that you need to do everything by yourself with your family, without people. In Indonesia, like we can pay someone to do some things to process everything faster. Meanwhile, in Russia, you can get fine for that if they find it. So it's pretty risky to pay someone to do something for you. So you will need to be independent, especially when you get sick, for example, because here we don't have any our own transportation. We will need to use bus or taxi. And also, when you get sick, you will need to make an appointment like a long way before you want to get examined. So yeah, life in Russia, and also never ending documents process because you live in Russia as a foreigner, which means that there are lots of documents that you need to process. Yeah, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Nadira. Give a big applause, everyone, to Kak Nadira. That's a really, really interesting topics. I don't know a lot of things about Russia before, but I know now I know uh, about Russia. It's really interesting to live in Russia, but not for work. Yeah, Kanadira. It's kind of tricky, I think, to work in Russia because, like, yeah, there's a lot of things happen. Okay, so before we go to the after this session, maybe I'll let you guys, one of you, to ask a question to Kanadira. If you want to ask something to Kanadira, you just can use you can raising your hand, and I will choose one of you to give a shot asking a question to Kanadira. Okay. The first person who raised their hand is Kak Lala. Hello, Kak Lala. The stage is yours, Kak.
Hello, Kalan. Hello, Kanadira.
Hello.
How time is it in Russia right now?
Time? It's 5 p.m. right now in my time because in
Oh,
Russia
so it's
there,
afternoon, yeah.
yeah, because there are 11 time zones in Russia.
All right. So it's interesting, Ka. I want to say like the way you was talking. If we were in, you were in Russia, that the person around you is actually have some kind of like hobby, and then they could what is it, having some activity beside of not only study, I mean, but the other thing. But I want to say, since in Indonesia, you know that maybe a lot of people have side hustle and then like second job, third job. Did you think that people who live in Russia did that too, or they just have like one stable job and then that's fine, it's cover their financially? I mean, thank you, Kanadira, for
Mhm.
your presentation. It's such amazing.
Thank you. Can I answer right now? Or
Sure, Kak.
okay.
Sure, you can answer
Um,
it now.
okay, it depends on the people. But most of the time that I know, like all of people that I know, like my friends, my Russian friends, they always spend their time really wisely. So if they can see some free times besides their jobs, for example, they will fill it in with something that they like. For example, maybe some of them just take some course like maybe dancing, singing, or maybe some of them just take another job, for example, or maybe some of them just go to the gym, or um, well, anyway, like some more meaningful activities. And it's actually pretty surprising for me because I feel like if you know about Maslow pyramid theory, it's a psychology theory. I will write it here on the chat. You can, if you are interested, you can just search it by yourself. Wait, let me write it first. Mm, wait. Okay. Oh, well, anyway, maybe hierarchy, maybe, but it's kind of like a pyramid. So there, basically in the theory, it said that people always feel their needs from the bottom to the top. I think in Russia, they already feeling like on the top of the people needs. It's self-actualization. So it means that you become better and better. And that's what I feel with people in Russia. I mean, I don't know why, but I never met someone in Russia who doesn't have any activity other than their main activity, like other than job. They always have some things that they do. So it's pretty surprising. Some of them take another job just to fill in the time because the minimum salary in Russia is already enough for you to live, to spend your time. So the money is not only for eating and living, but the money will be also for living, eating, and having your hobbies, like maybe traveling and things like that. So yeah, it depends. And for me, for example, other than my main job, I have another like some side jobs. It's actually not because the money that I get from my main job is not enough, but I just feel like I'm still young and I can do it, and I have free time from morning until 4 p.m. So why should I just spend my time only for sleeping and doing some unnecessary things? So I just better to do some more activities like maybe joining some events or maybe having part times like teaching English or like having this webinar, for example. So yeah.
All right. Thank you, Kanadira. So it's depend on the people, right?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
You're
Okay, thank you
welcome.
so much, Kalala, for your question, and also thank you so much, Kanadira, for the answer. Unfortunately, guys, because we are limited to the time, Kalalais will be the only person that will yeah, asking question to Kanadira. But Kanadira, if our friends in here in Britzone community want to reach you out, asking some question about living, studying, and working in Russia, are you is it okay, Kanadira?
Yeah, it's okay. I can give you my Instagram.
Okay, guys. So if you want to ask more about how to
Yeah.
live,
You can
study,
send
and work
me
in
DMs.
Russia, just go to Kanadira's Instagram and have a chit chat. Okay,
Yeah.
guys. Before we go to the FGD session, we will take a pictures of us together. So please do open your camera for a bit. I want to see your face, guys, because I think there's a few people that I haven't met before. So yeah, let's take a picture together. Okay, okay. There's a two slide in my screen, so I will like take a screenshot twice. Okay, wait. Actually, Queen?
Yeah, I will help to take a picture.
Yes,
So there's
yes.
two slides. For the first slide first, in on my count, one, two, three. All right, and then for the second slide, on my count, one, two, three. Yep, it's done.
Okay, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Kanadira. We'll see you for a minute because we will go through the FGD session first. So we will divide you guys into a small group and then having a FGD session in that group. Okay, so we can start, Quinn and other Fasil. Okay, so please accept our invitation to the breakout room, guys. See you in a bit.
All right, let's see who is in the main room. All right, so we have Kak Jemima and we have Kak Rasha. We have Kak Aldi. Kaldi, are you there? Oh, okay, Kaldi. And we okay, hello, Kaldi, and we have Kak Prasatyastri. Prasatyastri, yeah. And also we have Kak Henry. Hello everyone, Kak Prasatya and Kak Henry. Everyone, would you like to open your camera so we can talk better about our topic today, like about Russia, which is really, I believe that we have Kak Russia and our topic is Russia. Is that so?
I feel someone always like calling me all of this session.
Okay. Okay, so what about Kak Prasatya? Are you there? Okay, so maybe Kak Prasetya have maybe not how to say like not, oh my God, oh I mean not able to open camera. That's what I want to say. Okay. So let's just start our after the questions. Thank you so much everyone, Kak Jamima, Kak Henry, Kak Rasha, and also Kalti for coming and joining our discussion today. Maybe before we start, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Raden, and I'll be your facil for today's topic. And before we start the questions, maybe I'd like to hear from Kak Jemima's introductions. So, Kak Jemima, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hello. My name is Jemima. I work as a finance administrator in Jakarta,
In
but
Japan.
basically I came from Central Java.
Oh,
And
with Central Java, may I know?
do you know Kebumen?
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Lanting. Lanting. I know Lanting from
Oh
Kebumen.
yeah, that's true.
Exactly. All right, that's really interesting. Thank you so much, Kak Jabima. I'll be back to you with the questions. Let's we move to Karasha. Hello, Karasha. How are you today?
Hello Kak, I'm doing good today. How about you,
Okay.
Kak?
I'm really great today because you coming and join our class, of course. I'm really happy today.
Really good, Kak. Thank you.
Okay, so Karasha, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, I'd like to introduce myself. Hello everyone, my name is Masya Akbar. I am a fresh graduate from Vocational High School 2 in Pekanbaru. I'm majoring currently about software engineering and I'm still learning English and I joined the session because I want to improve my speaking confidence and I want to meet new people around me.
Okay,
Thank you,
really
Kak.
interesting. I love your spirit actually. I love the way you have really big motivations to improve your English. That's really great. Thank you so much, Karesha. Let's
All
move to
right.
Kak Henry. What about you, Kak Henry? Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is
Hi.
Henry and I'm currently working in Jakarta.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Henry, and nice to see you again in here. Okay, so everyone, especially Kak Jemima, related to our topic today, it's about Russia. It's really interesting, right? So the first question is, what inspired you, or maybe you have any plan to like study abroad, something like that? You have any plan?
Yeah, I have a dream to study abroad actually,
Mm-hmm.
but I still don't know what major I will take.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will think about it. So I have to contemplate in longer
Okay.
time right now. So
Okay.
yeah, as I joined this class, I get to know an insightful thing about Russia and the study life back there. So it opened my mind more about another opportunity maybe someday.
I
We don't
see.
know.
I hope that you will get that kind of opportunity to live abroad, especially for study, right? So maybe the questions like I want to go more deep, like from the previous
answer that you just gave to us. Like, what inspired you, or yeah, what inspired you to consider studying abroad? Is that because of like their education is more how to say, more yeah, more better than, let's say, in Indonesia, something like that? What motivates you, or yeah, something like that?
I think I want to study abroad because I want to meet another people from another country because
Mm,
it can broaden my my mind. I mean, like we have different perspective, different point of view, so we can learn from each other and from their culture also. So maybe I can be more apa more stronger because I can face the challenges maybe if I live abroad, so there are so many challenges maybe.
mm.
So I think I consider to take a study abroad because of
Okay,
that.
really great. If I like to ask you which country that you choose.
I don't know, maybe Japan because
Japan.
I like the culture and how organized Japan is.
Mm,
But also European countries is
mm,
also something that somewhere that I want to live in. So
mm.
I don't know, maybe
I see.
from
Yeah, really
there.
interesting. I hope that you will get that opportunity, like especially to go to Japan. Okay. Thank you so much, Kak Jemima, for your short sharing. I will be back to you later for the second questions. Okay. Let's we move to Kak Rasha. What about you, Kak Rasha? I have another question for you, I think. What factors influence your choice the most academic quality? Sorry. Mm, no, I think this is, what do you think are the main challenges of studying in another country? What do you think?
The challenges of studying abroad.
Mm-mm. And maybe
Hmm.
especially like you also have any plan to go, I mean, to study abroad, and then you can tell us what the challenge, maybe you can tell.
All right. I think I have thought about it. But I'm not still sure where I want to go. But
Mm.
listening of this kind of session today, maybe
Uh-huh.
I will consider to choose the Russian as one of my plan to study about. But it's the one of the factor that I must to consider is about the requirement
Mm.
that we need a lot of document like such as IELTS test or the TOEFL test like that, and a lot of them must have related skill about the skills in language aspect.
Mm.
That is one of the factor that I would consider more about. Yeah.
Mm. Like talking about the preparations of studying abroad, have you ever like tried to take any test of TOEFL or IELTS, something like that?
Hmm. I'm just doing some mock tests in
Mm.
the Discord session several time. And last time, maybe around the 5 and 6. Yeah, I still around 5 and 6. It's still not enough to apply the scholarship abroad lah, I think.
So it's mean that you still need to learn more, to practice more, to improve your score. Is that?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's must.
Okay, really interesting. And do you think that you actually just mentioned that maybe Russia is one of country that already, I mean, in your list to go abroad, or let's say for study. And did you already like try to learn Russia language or something like that? Yeah, to learn their language?
Maybe the last time I learned about the Russian language when I was a kid. I watched a series called Machine the Bear. Maybe maybe that is the time when I study about the Russia. Maybe.
Okay, me too,
Okay.
actually. Okay, thank you so much, Karasha. Really interesting. Okay, I'll
Okay.
be back to you later for the second questions. Let's we move to Kak Henry. Kak Henry, I have another question for you, I think. Um, in your opinion, what do you expect might be challenging or surprising about studying in Russia, or maybe your dream country?
Um, I think if it was Russia, I think uh, I was struggling with language barrier ya Kak, because in
Mm.
Russia, English is not that people not often use English in Russia. They
Mm.
use what is the mother language of Russia, Kak?
I think maybe anyone knows Russia?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still Russia, isn't it?
they did not use English often, right, in Russia.
Mm.
So I think
Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
the the challenges when we are studying in Russia is language, I think.
Mm. And
And if
huh?
it was another country, I would like to take my PhD in
Mhm.
Monash University in Australia, because my lecturer was suggest me to take my PhD in Australia, and then they told me uh, I will have like a lot of culture shock since I haven't go to abroad yet. So I will have a lot of culture shock, especially with the weather, maybe because I
Mm.
never experienced winter. So they said I will struggling with the weather, Kak Ririn.
I see. So it's been the first one. If it is like about Russia, it is about language barrier, right? Because I actually just know that actually the Russians seldom, I mean, not really that familiar using English, right? So yeah, that's actually new information for me. Really interesting. Thank you so much, Kak Henry. And before we move to the second sessions, is that possible? Kak Nadira, hello, Kak Nadira.
Hello.
Okay, is that possible if our participants ask you questions?
Yeah, yeah. But I
Okay.
will work and talk with you at the same time because it's my working hour. I need to work.
Oh, so is that
They,
okay? Or maybe
yeah,
Kak Nadira wants to get, I mean, I want to raise.
yeah, it's okay. Now it's
Oh,
okay for
okay.
now.
Everyone, this is really actually really amazing moment that our conductor here with us. So everyone, I want to ask you, is there any like questions that you want to ask to our conductor, Kanadira, before we move to the third round? I mean, third questions. Sorry, second question.
Kanadira, I recently heard from TikTok influencers say that uh, foreigner, the culture of foreigner working is not that good if we compare it with Indonesians. Is that correct, Kak Nadira? That I don't know about the Russia, but um, some of my friends who work in Australia said that people in Australia is not that good with work if we compare it to Indonesians. So is that also happen in Russia, Kak Nadira?
Can you be more specified about what do you mean with not good?
Like they have a lot of toxic bosses, and then
Mm.
their college is not cooperative with work. Like they throw a lot of work to foreigner.
Mm. I think it depends on the company. Like, for example, in my company, they didn't do that. They don't do that. We are working equally. Like, I only work the things that I need to work. I never touch another people's work just because I'm able to do it. For example, even though, let's say, I handle my colleagues' job, they will give me some bonus for that. So I think it's okay for me. I mean, I don't want to work something and not get paid for it. For example, and I never experienced that kind of like not that good thing. And even I know like
some of my friends, like Indonesian friends, for example, who work with Russians. I have one good friend. He works with a company in Russia who has a company in Indonesia. I think they sell like limbah. How is it limbah in English? Limbah.
Waste.
Is it waste? Yeah. Okay, I don't know, waste. I don't know. Anyway, they buy limbah from Indonesia and then sell it to other cities and like process it and then sell it to other countries, I mean. And he never experienced such things. And as far as I know, here, the thing that makes me comfortable to work in Russia is actually people are more respectful than in Indonesia. Even though, let's say, I'm a junior, I mean, I only work in my company for 1 year now. But some people work more than me. They never see me as a small person. Like, mm, like for example, if you know that in how to say it, like, let me think. You know, in Indonesia, we can use like Anda and kamu,
Mm.
right? In Russia, we also have it like it's ты or вы in Russian. So вы is to respect people, and ты is just like for friends, like for casual things like that. Even though they already work in the company for 3, 4, 5 years, they never used they to me. Even though I'm just working for 1 year now. They never see me as a small person, like a junior. That's what I like from them. Like I can criticize them happily without thinking that, oh my God, they will get offended and I will get fired after this. I don't have to think about it. If they make a mistake, I can just tell them, I think that you make a mistake. Please do not do that, but do this instead. And they can accept it like gracefully without getting offended. That's the thing. But every people is different. Every company is different. Maybe there are also some companies uh who have like toxic environment maybe. But as far as I know, like the like my friends that who are Indonesians who work in Russia, I've never heard something like that. But getting fired is pretty often to be heard, to be honest, because they can just kick you when they don't need you without getting offended. Like they just think it as logically, they never think it as emotionally. So if we don't need you anymore, then why do we need you to be here? So they can just fire you. So that's why I think about it like pretty deep before I choose to work and live in Russia. But I think that as long as I have money for living and also for saving, I think it will be okay for me to keep working here. And also my company is pretty how to say, like the turnover, like they never fire someone just because they don't need them. If let's say they don't need them in that
Yeah.
section, for example, in that job, they will put you into another division. Like, I don't need you in this division right now because we have already okay with it. Would you like to work in this division? Because we need someone who can work with it. And just like that. So I think maybe I feel pretty safe to work here, at least for now. But yeah, this it's really important to have savings at least for you to live for another 3 months. if you work in another country because you don't know what happened tomorrow.
I see. Is that answering your questions, Kak Henry?
Yeah, thank you, Kak Nadira.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Nadira, and thank you so much, Kak Henry, for your questions. I think because we have limited time, so we continue our after the questions, okay? Let's back to Kak Jemima. Kak Jemima, um, you mentioned that you want to meet people from different background, like especially from another country. And in your opinion, how can meeting people from different countries help you grow as a person?
I think when I meet new people which come from another culture, I have to adapt to talk to them, how to get conversation with them, like just flow with the conversation, and then how to to adapt with their habit, maybe because they are maybe different with Indonesian. They are more talk active and more maybe helpful, kind of thing like that. So I think I will have another opportunity to learn more about how to communicate with them, and then how their opinion also about everything maybe different with Indonesian. So I think it will broaden my knowledge, and then open more perspective about something. So I can take their notes, take a notes from them also about everything.
I see. So it's kind of like by adapt in any situation. So from that kind of thing, like open up the opportunity to learn more, to understand the people around us, and then from that we could learn to be as a good person, right?
Yes, I think like that.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Jamima. And let's move to Kak Rasha. Kak Rasha, if you could bring one thing from your culture to share with friends in Russia or maybe in a country that you something like that. So what is that? What would it be?
Maybe one of the culture that I will share is about what we said a friendly thing to a lot of people, or sharing about our knowledge that related to our major that we are learn. Maybe they have a lot of experience or more knowledge about that we can learn together lah, to improve ourselves to make a better future. It's like that.
I see. So um it's kind of like that you want to tell to people around the world, right? Like hey, Indonesian people kind of like friendly, is that?
Yeah, that I mean.
And what about maybe any cultures that you know, maybe like maybe Indonesian culture, like from let's say like any how to say Nusantara thing or something?
Maybe the crucial thing that it's really, really significantly different is about how we treat the older people. I think I will share about how Indonesian people respect elders, and especially whenever, and maybe it's a very totally different culture, yeah. Whenever we call someone that older, for example, for the teacher, we should in Indonesia use Pak or Sir. And
Okay.
whenever we come to Western or Eastern, Eastern maybe not lah, Western lah especially, they usually call them by their name uh, significantly in without any prefix or uh, a call to respect them. Maybe like just a sir. And I see it's just they call by name. In Indonesian is if we do that, maybe we have get ourselves to a trouble, yeah. And maybe in that country it's just a normal thing. I would like to introduce that to them.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Karasha. And maybe I would like to ask the last question to Kahindri. What about you, Kahindri? Are you agree with Karasha's statement like he said want to introduce that Indonesians people are friendly. Oh my God, our time is finished.
Yes, Indonesians are friendly.
I think, Kylie, thank you so much for your time. And Kak Jemima and also Kak Rasha, I really have a great conversations. And thank you so much, Kak Nadira, for answering Kak Hendra's question. That was amazing. And yeah, I think because of our time's finished, and let's back to our main host, Kak Lan. Hello, Kak Lan.
Hello, Karirin. I'm
Hi.
actually listening to your discussion just before. It's really interesting to gain a lot of insight from your discussion. I hope you all enjoy the discussion with our Owl Fassel, and I hope you gain something new insight from the discussion. Okay, guys. Since we already finished our FGD session, I think we will move to our representation session where I think we will choose one or two group representation to give I think something that they're discussed before in their smaller group. Anyone want to be a group representative, guys? Anyone want to be a volunteer? Anyone to be a Katniss Everdeen here? Okay, Kak Fazrian. Kak Fazrian, why you lower your hands? Okay, Kak Fazrian, are you ready to be
Bec-
Katniss Everdeen? Pun intended.
Yes, because I want to. Yeah, thank you so much to giving me golden opportunity to speak. So I think I will representing of my group because first of all, I still remember about my facial. His name is Fashil Dega. Yeah, I still his name. Actually, about the facial, which is so good, which is so positive. The facial can raise up the conversation. And then I still remember about my friend, maybe his name is Aldi. And then, oh my God, we'll talk too much about the education. And then actually, now I'm the part of, no, no, actually, now I learn in the semester three. So I don't know more about the education of that. When I knew from Kak Aldi's statement about the system of the education, I'm very proud to him. And then because I can answer, but it's nothing too much because I still semester three, so I cannot give so any point of that. But I know that from Kaaldi about statement of which is so many and insightful. And then I think I really love for discussion tonight because it's very wonderful of a topic. It's the very wonderful conductor. It's very wonderful MC and it's very wonderful facial. So I'm so proud of the Britzone team. Can we applause to Britzone, guys? Wow, that's so good. I think it's all about me. Thank you so much, guys, to hearing my opinion. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Fazrian. I really, really, really hope that the night session will give you a lot of new insight, so you can use this insight to for your future. I mean, future steps. We don't know. Maybe in 1 or 2 or even 3 years later, we will meet in Russian, Kavazian. We don't know. We don't know God's plans. Just let it. Everything happens. Every good happens in our life. Okay, I think I will choose another representative. Anyone wanted to be the representative of their group? Anyone, guys? One more. One more. Okay, I don't want to choose like a specific person. I want you to be a Katniss Everdeen. I volunteer. I volunteer as a tribute. Anyone wanted to be a volunteer as a representation of their group, or maybe any facile. You have a name, guys. Just give it to us. Okay.
Oh, my turn?
Okay. Kagos is choosing Kaputri.
Yeah, I guess.
Kaputri, can you
I'm
hear?
not sure.
Can you hear me?
Oh, hi. Yeah, good
Hi,
evening, everyone. It's
Kaputri.
very nice to come here. It was, I was, it's kind of like unexpected to be chosen by Kak Gozi because we're actually like having the intimate session together. So thank you so much. Well then, I would like to share my session with Kagos actually. We were sharing about our experiences while studying in the UK as well as in the Indonesia, because I was actually graduated from the UK, and I would love to have like continue or pursue my degree as well again in the UK probably, hopefully in the near future. But then of course, Kagosios also shared the same wish or the same hope in the future for him to continue his master's degree as well. And also we're sharing about the differences I found while studying in the UK and the Indonesia, as well as how the environment that is basically almost similar with what Kak Nadira has already experienced in Russia, because they are actually like in the European, right? So therefore, it's not really different in terms of the conditioned environment and how the working or work life balance there. So yeah, it was a great opportunity to have the session there with Kak Nadia as well, to hear about to experience or to witness the real condition on learning in Russia. Well, probably Russia will be my other choices in case I would like to continue my PhD. I mean, we never know what the future holds, right? So yeah, thank you so much anyway for this opportunity once again, Kak Nadia and Kagos as well. Thank you, Kalan.
Okay, thank you so much, Kaputri. I was just like hearing Hermione because you
How
had
to
like
say that?
you had a voice like Hermione, Kaputri. That's really refreshing. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the next
You.
session, and thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to fill the attendance link that has been sent by Kak Quinn just before. I will like copy again and send it to you guys. So I really hope you really hope you all guys enjoy the next classes. And last but not least, I will let Kanadira back to maybe give us a closing statement to conclude our tonight's classes. Let's go, Kanadira.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, Kak.
So it's a closing statement, right?
Yes.
Okay. Um, First of all, I would like to say thank you for everyone who joined this webinar. It's actually pretty good experience for me to share my experiences and what I get from living in Russia that I can share with you guys. Thing is, I would like to tell you to let you know that even though through the ups and down living in Russia, I think that living in Russia is like one of the best choice that I made in my life because it's really changed me a lot to be who I am right now, to be the person that I even never think about before, like maybe 10 years ago. So even though, let's say, Russia is not the best country that you can live and work, but it shapes me to be the person that I would never be this person if I stay in Indonesia. So I just think that wherever you will go, even though it's pretty close to Indonesia, for example, like Malaysia, anything will change you. And if you go out from your comfort zone, your own environment, it will change you. It will help you to be a better person more than what you are right now. But I'm not going to glorify living in another country because not all of them are good, not all of them are beautiful, of course. But yeah, it shapes me better. It helps me to be the person that I never think about. Like you have more surviving skills in life. Like you can have a debate with someone in Russian because you are too mad at it. Because at the time, there was one time when I needed to process my document, and the lady over there was blaming me for something that I didn't do. At the time, I just finished my Russian school, like Russian preparatory language. At that time, I wasn't really speak Russian because I just finished. But at the time, because my emotion is just like getting in full in my head, and I was too mad at the time, myself, my brain just keeps rushing and just talk in Russian pretty well. And I didn't even expect that. That's, I think, one of the surviving skills that you will have once you got in some situations. So yeah, that's life in another country because you live as foreigner. So thank you. And if you have any question, you can always ask me through my Instagram. Sometimes I shares about my activities. And if you see my highlights, there are lots of places that I have met, that I have been, for example, and you can just look at it because I love traveling. So every summer and every winter, I always plan to go somewhere. So you can always check. And sometimes I also make YouTube video, but at this time I was too busy with working and things like that. So yeah, you can always check. I think my YouTube channel is like Nadira Nurisa. I also talk about Russian government scholarship over there. You can check if you want, but I hope you won't. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kanadira, for your time and for your, well, a lot of experience that you shared to us tonight. I hope you enjoy this session too. I hope you enjoy meeting new people in our community, and I hope, like the positive vibes is, well, shared to all of us in this in tonight's classes. And so that means our tonight's session has reached its final moment, guys. Thank you so much for everyone that uh, joined tonight's classes. Thank you so much. I hope everything that Kanadira shared tonight is really, really, really give you a lot of new insight, and maybe we don't know, maybe no, we don't know, maybe in a year, 2 year, or even 3 years, you guys will meet Kanadira in Russia and talk a lot of things more about tonight. So thank you so much for coming. I'm Lan as MC for tonight's session. Saying sorry if I had a few mistakes. I know I made a mistakes tonight, but I hope you guys not don't mind about mistakes that I made tonight. And I hope to see you guys again in next session. Thank you guys. See you in another session.